So what I have done, if you see, is they told that we have to use two 7-segment displays, right? Hello.
Yes.
Hello, yeah. So if you think, if you like, if we don't even consider decimal point, if we consider only the A, B, C, D, the essential pins, mainly we will need seven pins for this and 7 pins for this, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you if pins in the Arduino, but the problem is that in Arduino there is 0 to 13, 14 pins in which 0 and 1 are for serial communication, correct? So and upon that we need to connect over here a switch also, right? From like when we start the switch, it should count. When we don't start the switch, it should not count, correct?
Yes.
So like then we'll not be able to use anything else. So what we do is we do multiplexing. So for that, first for circuit we short the same pins, like F pin and F pin, we connect it together. Okay, I've color coded it so that you can understand it better. Okay, so this is what we call, we are connecting F pin with F pin, and at any one, because in anyway it's shorted, so any one it should be connected to a single pin. Understood? Similarly, we do for everything. Your A pin we connected to what we call A pin we connected to 3, B pin we connected to 4, C pin we connected to 5, and similarly all the pins from 3 to 9. Okay, understood? So we connected all to the means like we short every pin and we connect it to the Arduino. Then we take what we call one LED, we put it in, means like we are not using this as ground or this thing, what we call ground or like V plus. Here we are just making two lines and we are connecting it to two Arduino pins. Here we are connecting it to two Arduino pins, 12 and 13. Okay, so here we are connecting one 7-segment display to pin number wait, we connect one the first what we call 7-segment display to pin 13, and second 7-segment display to pin 12. Understood? So what is the concept behind 7-segment display? If, like in the common pin, if we give 1, that means the LED will work, correct? Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So what we are doing in multiplexing is that, see, I'll just show you the code. Wait. Okay, this part. Okay, just consider this part. So here D1 is what we want to print in what we call 7-segment display 1. D0 is what we want to print in 7-segment display 0, correct? So what we do is that we switch on this 7-segment display and switch off this, which is here, like 0 is high and 1 is low. Sorry, this one we switch on, which is D0 of high, with that is we switch on, and this one we switch it off. Understood? And if we switch off this and switch on this, and we use that same print function which was there before, right? The same print function we use it on D0. So your whatever value of D0 will be printed here. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So then we give a delay of 5 microseconds. Okay. And then we do the inverse. We switch on this 7-segment display and switch off this. Understood? So here we are switching off the first 7-segment display, and we are switching on the second 7-segment display, and we are printing the second value D1. Understood? And we are giving a delay of 5 microseconds. So what we are doing here is that we are switching on this and printing the value of this. After 5 microseconds, we are switching on this and printing the value of this. So this goes on in a loop in the loop statement. In the loop statement, every time in if statement also we in if also we print we display it, in else also we display it. I think so we can just bring it outside. So yeah, so what we are doing is that we are looping this every in the complete void loop. So what happens is that every 5 seconds, the 5 microseconds, the what we call the one value is getting displayed, the other value is getting displayed, then one value, then other. But in 5 microseconds, it's not visible to the human eye, so it looks like both the 7 segment displays are on.
How is this multiplex related? That I didn't like it.
No, this concept is known as multiplexing in LC, a 7 segment display. Understood? To switch on one and print one, and in very short delay, switch on this and switch off, this switch on this and switch off. Understanding? So it is at one point of time both are not displayed. Understood? At five, like
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
between of
Okay.
5 microseconds, one is displaying, the other one more is displaying. But for the human eye, it cannot see the difference of 5 microseconds. So it looks like it is both the 7 segment displays are on.
Okay, okay.
Understood? Everyone understood, right? This is an important concept if you want, because there are only limited pins in 7 segment like in the Arduino. And if you want to connect two or one, or even if one can be possible, if you want to do more than one, you have to use this concept, or you can't use two 7 segment displays. Okay. Here you are mentioning the pins in which the what we call 7 segment displays are. Okay. So here, like a pin is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm not using our decimal point. So I'm just using 7 values, and I just remove the complete ones. So the array is of 7. Understood? You understand why I'm putting the array as 7 here and I'm removing decimal point completely?
Yes.
Yeah. So here I've made the array. Then your s is equals to 2, which is your switch. We have connected. Yesterday I taught you how to use the slide switch. So here I have connected it to pin number 2. Then your display pin. This is your display, right? So your display pin, your first 7 segment display is connected to your pin number 12. So 12, 13. Second 7 segment display is connected to pin. See, here it's connected to resistor. Resistor is connected to minus bar, and which is connected to pin number 13. Understood? So here display pin is 12, 13, and your display buffer is always going to save the value of what you want to print. So if you change your value in display buffer, understood, your value will get updated over here. Understood? If we check anywhere, your every time your this is the show function, right, where we are doing multiplexing. So every time you're showing display buffer 1, which is the tens digit, and display buffer 0, which is your ones digit. Understood? So
Wait, can you explain the display buffer once more? I'm kind of confused.
okay, see here your show function uses what we call your 2 digits, your tens digit and ones digit, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So better than calling show every time, we are using show only like once or twice. Understood? And we are just changing the value of display buffer. See, here you are updating the value of display buffer to be I and j. I'll explain this part.
Okay.
So
Okay.
see, in the whole loop, your show will run. you just need to update your display buffer value. You want to change the display buffer, like if you want to change the value over here, just change the value to be like if you want 10. So put the 1 as like in display buffer 1 as 1 and display buffer 0 as 0. So then it will display 10 because this is always running. This thing is
Right,
always running.
right.
So you
Yeah.
just have to update your value in the display buffer. So if you update the value in display buffer, it will print over here. Okay.
Okay, yeah, understood. Yeah.
Yeah. So next is ij is variables because the question is that we have to print 0 to like 00 to 99, correct? So this will just I'll explain you iteration later, but I and j is like a tens digit and ones digit. Yeah. So then we are making a variable start and end, which we'll be using over here. So there's a one more function called millis. Okay, millis will tell you from the start of execution when the program starts how many milliseconds have what we call passed. So if 1 second has passed, then your millis will be 1000. Correct? Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So first at starting our start value will be 0, correct? End value we will fill it with millis. Every time the end value starts, end is filling with millis, correct? So n minus start should be greater than 1000. That means after 1 second, 1000 milliseconds have occurred. That is 1 second has occurred. That time only this function will run. This if statement will run. Understood? What we are doing is if plus plus I greater than 9. So what we call see I will keep on getting when the if statement occurs. Okay, it will get incremented due to plus plus I, correct? So if plus plus I gets, if like we are not separately giving outside an I plus plus, we are incrementing it here itself. So plus plus I, okay. So we keep on incrementing I. Like if starting I is 0, right? So when okay, let me go one by one. If it enters after 1 second, it enters if statement. So now plus plus I, that means what we call your one like I equal to 0 has become 1, correct? If I is greater than is I greater than 9, it's not true. So I will be 1, j will be 0. So then what we call we are printing 0 1. Understood? Then again it is going to like in the whole loop is going to come up if after 1 second a plus plus I, so it becomes 2 greater than 9, not true. So again it is going to start again. Understood? So until 9, when 9 greater than 9, it is not true. It will do 0 9. It will start again. Okay. Then when it is 10, plus plus I will be 10. 10 greater than 9 is true. So it'll enter the if statement. It'll make the tens digit after 9. When it's 10, your ones digit will be 0, correct? Aditya?
हाँ भैया.
Yeah. So
हाँ
once
भैया
it
सर.
will be 0, and then it will run this step, which will make j to be 1. Understood?
How is J1 at 0 now?
It is 0, but when
Okay,
this
yes, plus plus J. Okay, okay,
plus
okay,
plus
yes.
j, so your j becomes 1. 1 greater than 9, not true. So it doesn't j doesn't become 0, and then again it goes from j is 1, I is 0. So here 0 it will not execute again because 0 like 0 plus plus 1 means you'll get 1. 1 is greater than 9 is not true.
Yes भैया समझ गए मतलब I understood. Okay.
Everyone understood this, right? So okay, we are using setup to say, your switch to be your display pin 0, display pin 1 and out as output, like this pin and this pin, this pin and this pin as output. We are making all the 7 segment display pins as output. You're setting the initial value of display buffer to be 0. Okay, then you're reading the switch value. If the switch is high, if the value of switch is high, then we have to count. If value of switch is not high, we should stop counting, right? So okay, so it will stop counting. If the value of switch is what we call low, it should only print it with what value we stopped, right? So whenever we stop it, there'll be a display buffer value which is already there, correct? So it will keep printing that value.
Like switching on one of the display for 5 microseconds and the other one for 5 microseconds, right?
Yeah.
But before we change it to the next number, we are giving a 1 second gap, right? So
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so that is why we are using millis. We are not using delay over here, because if we use delay, that will stop your running of show. Correct. We cannot use delay because of that reason. Understood? Because it is every time it's using the delay. Correct. Every 5 seconds. That is why we are using millis. And like millis is your how much milliseconds have passed after you have started the execution of the program. Understood?
Oh, okay, got it.
So when you are setting as end as millis, okay, so starting your start is 0, end is millis, correct? It will go from 1 to 300, 400, 500, 700. When it will go to 1000, it will execute this, correct? So when you execute this, then there is start equal to end.
Yeah, it will update
So
the
then
time.
your start also becomes 1000. So then your 1000, millis will keep on giving value from 1100, 300, 1400. When it becomes 2000, it will become 2 seconds apart. It will increment this to 2, and again your start will become 2000. So that is how you are using your delay using millis.
Got it.
Understood?